What is poppin' in my chop in my Bagel Bites? It is Mr. Bagel Bites here bringing you another One Piece deck profile video. I was able to pilot Belo Betty at Locals this past weekend, and we took first. We pulled a lot of cool stuff. I actually pulled like an alt art Kaido, the alt art Rayleigh, and alt art S-Snake. So we got some cool pulls out of our box, and then just some other cool stuff. But let's go ahead and get into the profile. I'm going to try and make these quick because you guys really seem to like the quick deck profile from last week. We're playing 3 of the Betty, main deck Betty, just the Searcher 1-drop. Playing 3 Koala. It's mostly a 2k counter, but this did come up to help me win a game. Because I was able to put one of their characters under 3k power, which then Lindbergh, I believe his name is. Yeah, Lindbergh was able to pop, which was pretty cool. So that did come up, actually. We played 3 Kuma. You know, as soon as another one comes out, this is probably going down in cost, or in count. I can see it staying as like a 2, and it is pretty cool that it comes out, it pops a 2k, so it does come up, but, you know, it's just because there's not a ton of great low-cost ones, but we'll get into that more as we go. We're playing 3 Inazuma. I like the 3-cost one more than the Banish one, because I want to end the games quickly. I've been calling this, like, if you play Yu-Gi-Oh! At all, if anyone watches this, the Tenpai of One Piece. And just dropping him off of Ivankov and then swinging in, if you just donate the extra 1 Don that I typically end up with if I'm off curve or on curve, depending on which, if we went first or second. He's really good. Like, he's sealed me games. Like, I had a board against... I was actually playing against King, which is honestly not terrible. People are memeing on that. But the new King, and I had a board of, like, 2 Inazuma that they didn't want to deal with. So I ended up, like, playing another card next turn. It was irrelevant because I couldn't swing. And then just gave them each, like, 7k, and then they were just, like, swinging with Rush because they gained it and shit. So I had, like, fucking 3 Inazuma. It was really cool. For Morley, he's cool. He ignores blockers if there's a 7k. He's cool. Plus, like, any of them with the trigger where they play themselves are broken. This was the best card. I don't know why people don't play it. Sabo. The promo Sabo, the 3-drop, 4k. This guy's like 10k turn 2. Because you give him 1 Dawn, he gains 2k power if you have 4 less cards in your hand. Spoiler, you're probably going to have 4 less cards in your hand because people don't want to swing into Betty to give you more cards. Because they want to try and just beat you on 1 turn. So, like, he goes to 4, to 6... 1 Dawn, so he's at 7, and then Betty gives him, if you trash a Rev card, he goes to 10. He's literally at 10k, just swinging on, like, turn 2, or turn 3. This dude's insane. This dude is cracked. I want to bump him to 4, probably. I haven't decided yet. I kind of like the 3 ratio, though. For Karasu, he's probably the other best one in the deck, donating a nice little minus 1,000 to your opponent's leader or character, and then you're just swinging, like, I would constantly be like, swing 8 at 4. And they'd be like, oh, wait, I have to drop 2 2Ks and a 1K to stop Karasu at 8. That's insane. For Lindbergh, he's the one that pops. He also plays himself, too, which is really cool. I love any of the ones that do that. A 3K? Yeah, a 3K when he swings if he's at 8 or 7, I imagine. Yeah, if the character is 7. 4 of the Ivankov that plays 1 as its main ability at 5K or less. Really good. Very good. This Ivankov never... Well, it came up like once, but it's a little high rolly, so I might change it later. I haven't decided yet. It depends on ratio. It's a 5-drop 6k. On play, you look at the top 3 cards of your deck, and then you reveal a 5,000 or less Rev Army. Or is it a 5 cost less? Yeah, I was right. 5k or less Rev Army and play it into the board for free. Which sounds cool until you realize it's only 3, and sometimes you don't see the Rev with a 5k. So, like, sometimes I'm just like, oh, I wasted 5 Dawn on this. I kind of wish I could have just donated this 5 extra Dawn to my Betty to swing for 10 on this turn instead. Like, I was constantly just attaching the Dawn to the Betty to swing with everything else. 2 Dragon, honestly, he never comes up. I played Dragon 1 time in 5 matches. Like, he just doesn't come up. I don't make it that far. I don't think I hit 10 Dawn at all in the entire tournament. We just didn't. My games were quick. Next we got Energy Shot. So this is cool. So, like, it's the only counter I play in the deck, and this might go up. I haven't decided yet. I've been fiddling with some ratios, but the idea is if you have like the 3 Dawn, or like you have like 3 extra if you don't want to swing, whatever you want to do, if you want to like need to buy an extra turn, because people play aggressively against Betty, which will cause them to make misplays. So if you have the extra Dawn and can play like this, like sometimes it can help out. So it gives your leader plus 3k, and then you play a Rev character with 5k or less from your hand to the field, which is really cool. Plus, if it's a trigger, I think it just gains the ability too. Yeah. Plus, if it's a trigger, you get the ability too, which is nice. It did not come up, but it's an in theory type thing. So if you have like 3 Dawn, people play aggressively against Betty in ways they don't want to, because they don't want to get just, you know, beaten turn 5. So what this kind of does is supplement an extra thing where if they kind of are swinging and using all of their resources to try and win before your next turn, you can play this as like a 3-drop, and then you just get to boost a character onto the field and then win next turn. So in theory, it's really good. I just didn't get to see it. But that was my theory behind it. For Cracker. Dude, Cracker is so broken. I swung with a 12k Cracker at my opponent on like turn 3 or 4. Or no, it had to be 4 or 5. And like, they're just, oh, yeah, I'm losing 2 life. I can't out that. I'm like, no, you can't. Because it was a trigger card. It was so good. 2 Satori for the 2k. 1 Frankie and 1 Onami. Onami, like, in theory, I liked because I could give Betty Banish, but I was using 2 Dawn to make it, and honestly, I'd rather just have the extra 2 Dawn to give to her. So this will probably become a Frankie. But this is my idea. I really like Frankie. I want more cards that just put themselves onto the board when they trigger. Frankie, unfortunately, is only like when you have 1 life, but the draw 1 comes up. Which is why I like it, so it can be either, so it's a bit more flexible. But that's the brew. I really like Betty. I think Betty is insane. It's only getting more support, so it's only getting better. But let me know what you think down below. Hit the like, subscribe button to stay up to date on Mr. Bagel Bites content, and as always, catch you later.